Hi guys, so I'm back today with another video in the Lost in Lagos series. This video is going to be a bit of a departure from the last set of videos that you've seen in this series, because I'm not talking about traffic and I'm not talking about finding a place and NYSE. I'm talking about me and I'm talking about forming friendships and just sharing my experience with you, because I think that friendships are an experience that we all go through, finding friends, making friends, and it might not be the same for you as it was for me. So to give you some background about me, I moved to Nigeria in 2013. And unlike a lot of my friends who moved back, I didn't grow up in Nigeria. I was born here. I would come here for the summer. I would do internships here. I even spent a semester in high school here. But I did not grow up here. I don't have those same high school and elementary school experiences. I can't tell you about something in the 90s that was a hot trend that, I can reminisce on. So there are just certain points of perspective that I don't have to relate to with people. And there are certain friendships that I just never formed here. The friendships that I did make in high school when I did come for a semester, I'm still friends with a few of the people that I went to school with, but they all moved abroad, so none of them lives in Nigeria. And then as I was living in the US, I did have Nigerian friends, but a lot of them never moved back. They wanted to move back, but they just haven't moved back yet. Some of them are planning to, some of them are saying they're planning to, and some of them have no intention of living in Nigeria. So, I came here with a handful of no friends. I had one friend, and she and I moved back around the same time. So it was cool experiencing it with her, living here. But after she was born in Nigeria, she lived here until I think maybe middle school, and then she moved to the US. So things were a bit different for her than they were for me. And I've always had cousins here that I'm very close to, so I was really thankful to have those relationships. But in terms of making friends, my experience has just been interesting. I was fortunate enough when I moved here. I had to do an equivalency program in order to work here in my profession, and I'll talk about all of that in another video. But I went to school here for a year, which was different because it wasn't necessarily like I was in high school or college or anything, but I definitely lived on campus for 1 year. I got to interact with people, I got to meet people, and it's always easier making friendships when you're in school just because your life revolves around school, and you get to meet people who are doing the same things you are. You have I guess the same interest because you're in the same field, you're practicing the same things, so inherently there are going to be people that you form bonds with, which is what I did when I made my friends here. But as I was getting to know people in school, I met some people who were characters, to say the least. I met a girl who was the most I could say is just very materialistic. I haven't met anyone that materialistic in a very long time. I actually thought people like her only existed in Nollywood movies. She was just all about, gotta meet this guy, gotta make sure he has money so that he can take care of me, this and that. And if that is what you want to do, fine, but she always tried to impose her views or that lifestyle or try and put that on me, that's something that I should aspire to or that I should want, which just wasn't the case. So that was an interesting friendship that I had to walk away from because I just knew that we weren't growing each other. And I feel like in friendships, you edify each other, you want to make each other grow. I only am friends with people who I truly respect, and I truly, there are qualities in you that I want to have or I already have that make me excited to be around you. So because she and I we weren't getting along on the same page, I had to let that friendship go. So I was in school for a year. I made some really cool friends, which were great. And then I started to work the year after in Lagos. And in terms of friendships, Lagos and Abuja, I don't really think they were that different because I went to school in Abuja or the Abuja area. But Nigerian girls are funny in the fact that, and I've talked to a lot of my friends who live in the US, who come here a lot, who grew up in the US and who are always here, and I'm a Nigerian girl, so I can't really say, oh, these people are horrible, but they're just not as friendly as girls in the US. Let's say you go to a social event, and I've been to networking events. Okay, I'll give you an example. I was at a networking event where the purpose of a networking event is to get to know people, is to introduce yourself to strangers so that you can get to know them, so that you can network and form connections. And I approached this girl. I was, hi, my name is so and so, I work for this company, and I'm interested in this type. I saw her and I just was introducing myself, and she just gave me this look chick, you know you ain't supposed to talk to me. She just gave me this little up, down, all around look, looking me up and down and saying, nah, I'm not talking to you. I mean, she didn't do it like that. She just, you know, you could tell from her eyes and her face and like what she was saying and how she was saying it that she wasn't here for that conversation. So, I mean, like, they're just not as approachable as, like, you know, girls that I've met in the US. But when you do get to know them, like, if, like, you do get to know them, you know, there are a lot of great women here who I think very highly of and I make great friends with. And then in addition to that, sometimes people look down on you for being friendly. Like, why are you being so friendly? Like, why are you talking to me? Like, da-da-da-da-da. So it's just a hard medium. And so I realized, like, the more that I live here, the more I pull into myself, which I try and, like, become cognizant of so that I'm not, like turning into a turtle and retreating to my shell. So that's just another aspect of it. And then I've realized in Nigeria that because I've always been a girl's girl, like the majority of my friends are women and probably always will be, but I just like, and also living here, I found that it's been easier for me to become friends with men. I've always been a girl's girl, not saying that I want to be like men are better than women. It's just, for me, it's been easier to talk to guys here. Yeah, it's just, they've been a bit more approachable than women in terms of, but you got to be careful with that as well, because dating and socializing and all of that stuff, when people see you talking to guys, like, I don't know, there's just this fine balance between, okay, we're friends, nah, I don't like you, like, learn that this is called friendship and that's all that we're doing and this is friendship. So that's just a funny bit, but I think that it's been an interesting experience because, and I always see it compared to my friends who grew up here versus me who didn't. It's just, we have very different ways of approaching things. And like, I like try and sometimes go to events, like things like family dinner, if you're familiar with that. They have that here in June and December, and I've met some really great people that way. I've definitely met some people, you know, at a birthday party or something else, but it's been a bit harder because I am a little bit older, and it's just forming those close bonds is just a little bit more difficult. But even to say all of that, I will say I have great friends here. You all know who you are. And if you're considering moving out here, that's just something that you might want to consider based on my own experience. But for every person it's different. You might come here and make a ton of friends. This is like totally your element. But even from me speaking to people, especially people who grew up or lived in the US, it's just a little bit harder. Not to say that you won't make friendships, not to say that you won't form strong bonds. It's different. Not good, not bad, just different. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Let me know if you like this video. I am sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments because, I don't know, I've said a lot, right? So yeah, just like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.